Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Dragon Quest V. Due to saving Reinhardt, defeating the false Empress, ships are now leaving from Port Vista to Port Selmi, and that's where we ended our episode last time. We explored most of Port Selmi during the daytime. There's a few things I need to finish up here first, before I turn into nighttime. One, I'm going to buy a Scale Shield and a Morning Star. No one on our party can use it, but we're going to get a new monster really quick. Outside of the port town here is magicians, and like the brownie and the slime, they have a 1/2 chance to be recruited. So it's pretty likely that you will get them. So I don't feel bad about using one of them as a monster, because you don't really, like I said, have to farm. It's not like a 1 in 256 chance that I'd get really lucky and get it. So pretty much you should be able to get a magician easily. So let's just fill up party ranks for a little bit until we get another monster. We'll get another monster when we do that side quest that we were told about here. There's a monster terrorizing the village to the south. But until we get that monster, the cave where that monster is at can be pretty tough. There's a noticeable jump in enemy toughness. So having a third monster, or a second monster, a third party member I should say, will definitely help. So I was going to get this at nighttime, but then I realized that you can't get it at nighttime because the cat is sleeping in front of the drawer there. So did my quick stop here to grab that small medal before I changed it to night. Now for some reason they won't let you change the day into night with the Lantern of Darkness while you're inside the village. So you're going to have to step outside, then use the Lamp of Darkness and turn into night. And then we'll head on in and see how things have changed. You know, a lot of people are saying that the show starts in the inn, the Dancing Girl, so we'll see that, but not too much really changes. This is Port Selmi's town. Okay. Go around and talk with all the people. We don't get, like I said, too much more information, but yeah, treasure map. Someone will tell us about the legendary hero, who they think is the legendary hero. So, even though bad things are happening, the kid still wants to be a sailor. Okay, most of the people are inside the bar, so we'll go there last. Talk with this guy over here who, maybe he should talk with that woman in the sun over there, because this guy's the one, his son lost his son as a sailor. Give me back my son. And this other sailor up here, who told us about Mr. Ludman, the owner of this boat. He'll tell us about how monsters are pretty strong. But the sea monsters getting stronger sailing can cost you your life. And I'm going to go into the lighthouse. And this guy here, he wants to go in the lighthouse. There's supposed to be some really nasty monsters in the lighthouse. Sounds pretty scary to me, but I do want to climb it. Well, there is no monsters in the lighthouse. Remember, there was only that guy looking at the telescope, the dwarf, and the cat. So nothing scary. We're going to see the cat here. It blocks the access to the dresser, so you have to get the small medal during the day. So that guy's really excited about the telescope. And Kitty just meows and the dwarf snores. So next we're going to head to the, after we go to the bar, then we'll head to the south. And there's some interesting things that happen when we head to the south. But I'll explain it when it happens, so. There's a new person up there in the house. Not a good thing though. Oh no, please don't. My husband might come any time now. I'm a sailor, so once I go out to sea, it's usually some time before I can come home. But my wife, man, she doesn't have one complaint about it at all. I wonder why. She's not being faithful. Uh-oh, somebody's sneaking in when he's out at sea. And this guy's not good at keeping secrets. He let everyone know that we're looking for the legendary hero. And this guy tries to con us. He basically says like, hey, I'll tell you about the legendary hero if you buy me a drink. So we'll spend 10 gold to get him the drink, and he'll just give information that is pointless. But Must have been over a decade ago. I met a god of a man searching for this Nethian armor. He said something about gathering all the legendary equipment and venturing into the demon world. He was beautiful in his frowns, but his face... He looked like a king. That was a legendary. Oh yes, I remember his name. I heard it yesterday. It was Papas. That was our father. But we know he was not the legendary hero. He never found one. And we know we're not the legendary hero because we can't equip the Zenithian sword. And these guys are admiring the dancing bunny girls. We could talk with them a little bit later. If you spend enough time in the inn here, or the casino, or whatever you want to call it. Well, not really a casino because there's no gambling, but the inn or the show place. The girls will actually go backstage, so you can go back and talk with them again. You're not really getting more information out of them, but like I said, I just want to show off all the different dialogue. This guy's looking for the legendary hero. He's so worried about it that he's still talking about it even in his sleep. So as you can see, the dancers, they left, so we can go back and just give a mainly to talk about marriage, which will play an important role in the second generation here. So I guess it's a little clue about something that's going to happen later on. I'm all sweaty. This lady's getting washed. She's not happy of us peeking in on her. I'm very popular, safe for now at least, but only as long as I'm young. Can't keep doing this forever. Will you marry me? And we say no. She's like, yeah, just kidding. If you say yes, yeah, she still thinks we're just kidding, and basically says like, I wish marriage, she's like, marriage can't be that easy, basically. So, but we will get married, and it won't be as easy as just saying yes to someone, but it's probably much easier than getting married in the real world. We get the old arranged marriage for being spoilers. So let's head on to the south here. We're going to go to the village that's being terrorized by some monster. Let's read the sign. Beware of monsters south, the village of Kabochi. Let's go wander around here, try to get some new monsters. These guys are a pain, these morphers, because they can cast the Gale spell, and that hits your entire party. You just cast it there, so not actually not the strongest spell, but if you have like 3 of them all casting it at once, they can really damage your characters. Especially, like I said, we're going to be recruiting a magician out here, and magicians start at level 4. But even if they're level 4, they don't have a lot of hit points. They have like 40 hit points, starting hit points, and they don't have really good equipment selection. That's why we bought that equipment for them in Port Selmi. But like I said, it'll be a useful monster because they're easy to recruit, and secondly, at level 5, so they only have to gain 1 level, and they'll learn the Fireball spell. So that interesting thing I was saying earlier, I mentioned about, is no matter when you enter this town for the first time, as you saw, I entered it during the daytime, but when you first enter it, it automatically reverts to night. So just so you can see that, that monster. You go into town and see the little monster there, and it's scampered off before we can talk with it or do anything. So, and it sees there's quite a few doors here that are locked, so we can't do anything. We're going here though, the shed. And we get a leather hat. That'll go to our magician friend. We were told that there's another village off to the west of Port Selmi. You can go there and you can get some actual armor for a magician that they can use, but I didn't feel like going all the way out of the way there. So, luckily, like I said, even though the next cave is going to have some pretty tough monsters in it, it's not a very long cave, so I'll actually make 2 trips in it. The first time to get most of the treasure, and then the next time to, in the next episode, to actually solve the problem here. I'm just gonna wander around here, get that magician enemy. You could stay at the inn there if I wanted, but I wanted to grab this magician enemy. Because like I said, they have one in a 1.5 chance to join you, 50% chance. So just like the slime and the brownie, and you saw how easily they were to get. The magician will mainly be offensive spellcaster. I'm mainly getting him for that fireball spell. Later on, like level 28, he gets his max spell, the Firebane spell, but he probably won't be used until then. Because once you get to level to the 3rd generation, you start getting some more human characters, and they tend to be much better than monsters. So, but the game ain't hard enough. The game is easy enough. It's not that hard that you can't beat it with just using monsters. So, but we got another new monster there, the Metal Rider. Too bad they don't give as much experience as like a Metal Slime. You still have to fight one of them. There's some metal slimes in the upcoming cave. So, pretty good. We got some magicians here. Finally ran into them. Finishing off. Slalin gets a level. Get the decrease spell, which is good because some of the enemies in the upcoming cave can use the upper spell, which is like the increase spell, but it only works on one target. So let's give that equipment to Merlin, the magician. He will learn, like I said, a bunch of fire spells. The main one we want to learn is the fireball. That'll really help him out. And he'll be, like I said, he'll be good for just doing like mobs. When we fight like kind of boss monsters, I will probably switch him out for the other monster that we're going to be getting, next episode. But the good thing is, as long as you can have up to 8 characters in your party, and the rest will stay in the wagon. And as long as you're in an area where the wagon follows you, any character in the wagon will still gain experience, and you can switch them out during fights. So, like I said, we can keep the magician around for doing wandering around, doing battles, because they can help clear out large battles with, the fireball, their Firebane spell, and then when like a big tougher boss battle, we can switch out for another monster. So these people are all pretty much upset. They all kind of pew now that it's the daytime. They're all mentioning how difficult life is because their crops are being ruined by this monster. And speaking of that monster, we want to buy it a weapon here. So we're going to buy an Iron Claw, and we will give that to the monster when we recruit it. Like I said, no one here can use it. I gave the medical herb to Merlin, so that if I need some extra healing, Merlin can do maybe a little bit of healing. It actually works out pretty well. I actually do need a point where someone else heals, because right now, unfortunately, only Bean has healing. Now, if you get lucky, those rogue armors that were in the tower south where we got the Mirror of Ra, they appear kind of frequently in this area, and they can also call healers. They'll call backup healers, and a healer can join your party. A healer is a good monster to get. I'm not going to get it though because, like I said, it's not a very hard chance. I think it's a 1 in 32 to get. So if you find enough, you will end up getting one. But I'm not going to do that. But the healer's a good monster because it learns basically just like its name implies, a bunch of healing spells. So it'll learn like heal more. I think it learns the ultimate healing spell, Heal Us All, which heals everybody to their max hit points. So a good monster to have, but like I said, I won't be getting it, so we'll just be making do with these guys and the one we're going to pick up shortly. Find another small metal. Yeah, there's 2 small metals in this area. The one is really hard to find. Like I said, you have to look in that corner where the general store is, tucked away in that little nook. Surprisingly, there's not one. We're going to see outside here. There's a see the trees there? They make like a little upside down U or an N. You figure there might be something hidden in there, but there's nothing in there. Yeah, it looks like a spot that like draws your attention, but nope. Well, the people don't know what the monster is, and they don't know exactly where it comes from. All they know is that it always comes from the west. So we're gonna head over to the west, and we find this cave over here. Small little cave, but like I said, we've got some pretty tough enemies in there. These mud slows, being mudmen, they have pretty high defense. They don't take too much damage from attacks. And they shout for help like the goobies, those hand monsters. They're like made of mud. Luckily when there's all three of them there, nothing's going to come help them because they can only have like 3 at a time. But now that we've defeated one, another one might appear now. So, but they're not the worst monsters in the area. We got a few monsters that can cast some multi-targeting spells. Like we had those Morthras. Luckily they're not in this cave, but they cast the like the Gale spell. We're gonna have another monster, these Death Sparks. They can cast the Firebane spell. These guys cast Upper. So if they cast Upper, well, your physical attacks ain't gonna do too much for them. But we can have Merlin use his Blaze spell. Blaze is not affected by the increase in defense, so. And so the Merlin starts with the Stop spell and the Blaze spell. And he reaches level 5, so now he's going to pick up that Fireball spell, which is like the Blaze spell, but it's multi-targeting, so it'll hit an entire group of enemies. So like I said, it'll be good for taking out like little trash mobs that we fight. And search right above the skeleton here, we get another small medal. And send it off to the king. You could get that on your way out, because there's going to be a treasure chest on the next floor. And the treasure chest, it's a mimic, a man-eater chest. And man-eater chests and mimics, when you defeat them, they drop a small medal. But since you get it in battle, you're going to get the option to send it to the Metal King afterwards. Like I said, if you have it in your inventory and then says you want to send your small medals, you can send all of them at once. But with the 3 party members we have enough inventory space that, you know, lugging around a small medal for a little extra time ain't going to be that much of a problem. Now, what's a problem was I had to use that magic water that we picked up. We found it in the tower where I got the Mirror of Ra. Like I said, it's kind of like one-use prayer ring. It gave us back 12 MP. That's important because, like I said, I'm not going to finish this entire cave just this time because I'm running out of resources. So having Bean be able to have enough MP to cast the outside spell is really helpful. Too bad he doesn't know the return spell. Yeah, the return spell is special in this game. You're going to have to do like a little side quest to get it. Basically that, a lot of people were talking about it, some of the characters in different villages, they're talking about how if someone's researching a spell that, you know, can make you return base to places you've been, and that'll be in the next town that we go to. Like I said, we have to do a little small quest to get an ingredient for the spell. I guess it's like Ultima. We got to get ingredients to cast spells. Unfortunately, I had some tough battles there, and Bean used up, like I said, I used that magic water because Bean used quite a few MP to cast some healing. Yeah, the wizard is Merlin there. He's kind of squishy. Like I said, he doesn't have really good defense, so it doesn't help that he doesn't have a piece of armor on. Like most magicians and fantasy things, he can only like use like cloaks and stuff. He can't use heavy armor. That's an old trope that you know metal interferes, I guess, with spell casting. So that's why most of the time, you know, wizards and stuff can't use heavy armor like plate mail and stuff. But one good thing the magician can use if you do the grinding in the Coliseum or not the Coliseum, the casino, or do like the cheating with it, like with save states. The magician can use the Gringham Whip, which is the most powerful whip in the game. His an entire group, much more powerful than the Morning Star that it is currently equipped with. Basically, that'll really help you cut through enemies. You never have to worry about using the Fireball spell if you have the Gringham Whip, but we are not doing that, so we're playing the game on hard mode, I guess. I guess the real hard mode would be to use no monsters, so there's actually a challenge like that to use no monsters, but it just basically requires you to over-level Bean. So, yeah, any challenge really you can overcome with basically extra grinding, but we won't be doing extra grinding and all that stuff. We'll just get the common monsters, and we'll save our game right here because we're going to get another monster when we go back to that cave in the next episode. So one thing you got to make sure that you have in your inventory, make sure it's not in the depository before you head over to that cave, is you want to make sure that you have Bianca's ribbon in your inventory. So take care, have a good one. If you don't have that, go back to the depository, pull it out. So take care, have a good one. Thanks for following along. See you in the next episode. Bye.